Excuse me? Did you just say something? No? Oh. I thought you said something. You didn't, huh? Must be my hearing. It's gone bad or something. I hear things. Huh? What? Oh, you didn't just... Oh, I thought I heard you say something. You didn't. Could you... I did... I know, right? Oh, you didn't you just... I'm sorry, I thought you commented on the silence here. You didn't. Really? How strange. I could have sworn you said something about the... It's freaking me out though a little bit. It's so quiet here, isn't it? It's almost like the calm after the storm. You know, people always talk about the calm before the storm, but this is actually after. You know? People don't think about it this way, but it's true. It's the calm after the storm. Anyways, I'm sorry I bothered you. I usually don't talk to babies like that. Matter of fact, I kind of gave up on talking to people altogether. Why? Oh, it's a long story. Let's just say I don't believe much good comes out of people's mouths anymore. Oh, except for mine. Yeah, that was a funny one. Good one. You're funny. You're a funny baby. So where are you heading? Oh, you're going in. You're actually going in. How strange. I thought this was a place for Exeters only. But you're going in, actually. How interesting. How very interesting. Why would you do that? I mean, why would you go in? Don't you know what's going on in there? Are you aware of all that is going on in there? Outrageous stuff, let me tell you. Outrageous. I mean, I know I'm gone. You know, I've left, so I shouldn't really care, but let me just say one thing. Good riddance. I mean, not for them, for me. I am not going back there ever again. Once was enough. I believe I do. Thank you very much. And I'm making that choice right now. I'm not going back there. I have no reason to go back. It's messy over there. Messy and rotten, and I refuse to be a part of it. Well, you know, I'm no longer part of it, I guess. Kind of goes without saying. But you know what? I'm glad it's over. I'm so glad it's over. No more of this nonsense. This never-ending nonsense. I've had enough. Sorry. Sorry, I still get so agitated when I think about certain things, you know? You know that feeling? Of course you don't. Because what do you know? You're a baby. I mean, no offense, but, you know, you're a baby. I mean, I have been there, and I wouldn't recommend it. Is that a more polite way of saying it? I wouldn't recommend it. People always want to be more polite, so here I am. I wouldn't recommend it. You make your choice, I make mine, and I wouldn't. Yeah, I've seen enough things, I've heard enough things. I just can't comprehend why people say what they say and do what they do. I mean, if there really is a God, why isn't he more busy flicking people's heads off? I mean, so many people's heads. He's supposed to be almighty, right? Why isn't there more head flicking? I mean, think about the amounts of people that get away without getting their heads flicked off. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Wait, is that too harsh? It's too harsh, isn't it? It's none of my business anyways. It's what my mother always used to say. She always said, don't wish for bad things on people. Don't wish for their punishment. It's not your responsibility. Yes, mother, it's not my responsibility, but whoever it is not doing a very good job. Great, now I'm shouting. I'm sorry, I'm shouting. You have nothing to do with this. I shouldn't even be talking to you. You know, my therapist always said, people will shut down if you shout, which I think is a bunch of bullshit. She always said, Philip, people won't hear you if you shout, but they'll believe anything if you whisper it. It's not true. People still don't listen. And you know why they don't listen? Because they're selfish, self-centered, and self-absorbed. That's all it is. We always say we care for each other and we're there for each other and we help each other out. Don't trust anyone. When you go in there, don't believe anything you hear. Nothing. Nothing is what it seems. People are so full of it. Deception. Deception is what you're going to face when you go in. That's the one thing you'll get plenty of. Deception. Why do I think so? Well, obviously, I've been deceived. But not just once or a couple of times, many times. Then there's all this religious, spiritual talk about how you're supposed to practice forgiveness. It's not worth it. People will just take advantage of it. I tried. I forgave. And I forgave again. And then I forgave again. And again. And again. And all I got was just another slap in the face. That's all I got. Yes. No. Excuse me. No, I have not deceived people. I'm not one of those people. I practice what I preach. I don't believe in leading people on. Well, have I ever slightly hurt someone? Sure, maybe. That goes without saying. But it was never my intention, and it was never my fault. No, that came out wrong. It was never my intention, and it was never my doing. No, that also doesn't sound so good. What I'm trying to say is, I tried to be nice. All right, I tried to be forgiving. I tried to be nice, and I got nothing. Nothing in return. Nothing. So after a while, I lost faith. Yeah, I know it's sad. It's very sad. But I tried. In vain. I tried in vain. So I'm telling you, if you really are going to go in, you better think twice about that. You better listen to someone who's been down there and knows what he's talking about. Oh, are you going in no matter what? Oh, you know what? You do what you think you need to do. I do what I need to do. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a heads up so you don't come back to me later and say, oh, why didn't you warn me? It was such a mess. Good things? No, don't think so. Not many. I mean, a handful of good things maybe, and an ocean full of deceit and selfishness. Oh, you know, it's little things. It's personal things, you know. The one or the other friendship went really deep. And you do care about certain people, you know, the ones that make you happy. And if you're lucky, you're going to end up with a good family. That's what I always said. It's all about the upbringing. And then you have to make your way through childhood and puberty, if you even get that far. And then it's just a matter of finding the ones that love you back. Which is difficult because of all the deceit. Very good. I like how you're listening to me. Most people don't listen, or hardly ever. Have I made people happy? Oh, I sure hope so. I mean, at least I tried. You know, I tried very hard. You know, there's this exercise that you're supposed to do a random act of kindness every day. So I've been doing lots of little kind things to complete strangers, you know, just like that. So the other day, for example, in the office, I used the last little bit of toilet paper. So not only did I replace it, but I also put the little cardboard tube in the recycling. It's a pretty big thing considering how many people just walked out of that bathroom, I'm telling you. Other good things, I'm telling you, that's about it. No, it's pretty much it. I mean, let's not waste time talking about politics. That's just a bunch of hypocrisy, you know. That one party that tried to introduce that you know, thing. You know, I never really fully understood it anyways, you know. Basically, it's just a matter of being lucky. Either you're born lucky, or at some point, you turn lucky. And if you're neither, then all you're going to do is suffer. Suffer until you leave. Did I suffer? That's a bit of a tough question to answer because, of course, there's all these horrible, horrible things like, child labor and war and rape. Those people truly suffer. So if you go by those standards, I didn't technically suffer, no. I've led an acceptable life. But if you go by regular people's standards, holy macaroni, that was not a lucky one. I think I was born with a malfunction. I think I was born with the inability to be happy. Maybe it was genetic. No, but that was somehow implied that it was my fault. It was really the people that did that to me. The dishonesty and the selfishness and the deceit of the people that I had the displeasure of meeting on the way. No, I'm not trying to say that I never did anything bad. But in my intentions, all I tried to do was good, okay? I never seriously hurt anyone. At least not intentionally. And if under any circumstance I did, I immediately went there and apologized and then tried to fix it somehow. Even the people that I didn't like. Bitter? Yeah, I have reason to be. But I'm telling you, don't go in there. You're going to see the same things. You can make a choice. You can stay here in this eerie silence. Or you go in, you come out as bitter as me. No, of course not everyone feels about it the same way. There's of course a whole bunch of oblivious, ignorant, morally blind people that don't even see what's going on. And then there's those that preach but don't practice. The ones that pretend they live by some higher standard, and then they go turn around and do the complete opposite. Those are the worst. And then there's these Buddhist hippie people, the ones that love everyone. Those people freak me out. And I think I figured out why. I honestly don't believe that everyone deserves love. Is that too harsh? Is that too harsh, Mother? Yeah, here I said it. I don't believe everyone deserves love. Yeah, I understand that people are different, different likes and dislikes, different senses of humor, different backgrounds, but deep down inside, I think I have a pretty good sense that there's good people and there's bad people. Through personal experience, I know. Thank you very much. Yeah. Of course I don't know everyone's story. How could I? But people don't know my story either, so they have no right to... I see what you're saying there. I've heard it before, the don't judge stuff. All I'm saying is, if people knew my story, then they wouldn't. I guess I don't know what I'm saying. Got me on this one. Yes, I believe I was a good person. Why? Good people can be critical. Are you telling me that good people have to just sit back and relax and accept and tolerate all that other people do? All the nonsense, all the injustice, all the crap? And if they don't, they immediately disqualify? I was a good person. Don't forget that. And you're a baby! A baby! Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm shouting at a baby. I am so... Dr. McKellen, I'm sorry. I'm shouting at a baby. Look what the world has made me. Look what I've become because of it. I'm shouting at a baby. Maybe had I taken my medication more regularly, I would have been happier. Maybe not happier, but less affected. Less troubled. Oh yeah, don't trust the doctors, by the way. It's all about money. Think it's about health, it's not. It's all about money. If it was about health, I wouldn't be here now. Didn't have the money for the treatment I needed. Bam! Time's up. Goodbye. And here I am. My funeral was intimate. Not many people came. My family was there. And 2 other people. So, not trying to influence you in any way, but if I were you, young, pure, unspoiled, don't go in. Don't go in. It's going to poison you. It poisoned me, and it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. I honestly don't know if I can answer that question. A good reason to go in? No, I really don't know. I mean, I often wondered whether I would have been better off not going in at all. I mean, what good came from it? I'm still so angry. Angry, furious at the injustice. What did I do to deserve this? And to go like this? To go like this? To go like this? Of course you don't know what to tell me, because what do you know? You know nothing. You don't know what it's like. That's a good question. I think it begins when you become interested in other people. I mean, when you're a child, things don't matter. You're hungry, it's the end of the world. You break your toy, it's the end of the world, but it's stupid. It's nothing. It's little things. But then at some point in your life, you open your eyes and you become interested in other people. And that's when it goes downhill. Because you very soon realize that things aren't what they seem. People aren't what they seem. They're not honest. They lie. And with each time you've been deceived, you tell yourself, no, this cannot be it. This cannot be it. And you try to convince yourself that something good will happen. And so you wait. And you hope. And everyone around you says, oh, hope. Don't lose your hope. Keep hoping. Hope moves mountains. And then you're deceived again. And it crushes you. And you can't pull yourself out of it. And it hurts. But you tell yourself, no, this can't be it. Something good will happen. And everyone around you says, no, hope. Keep hoping. Project good into the universe. And then you're crushed again. By someone else? Or the same person? For the same reasons, selfishness, deceit. And so, little by little, hope disappears. You get older and older, and year by year, nothing good happens. Bad repeats itself. And then at some point you come to the realization that nothing good will happen. There is no hope. There's nothing to hope for. Mr. Wells, you have 6 months to live. At best. And that's when you realize, this is it. I was not meant to be happy. All this hope I had was for nothing. For nobody. Yeah, of course it sounds depressing, because it is. And you have no choice but to accept it. You watch other people take what you want, get the credit that you deserve, live the life that you are not entitled to have. And I'm telling you, that's what you're going to face when you go in. So you can stay here and be happy all by yourself and save yourself from a lot of trouble. Or you go in and you get poisoned. Poisoned by people. By life. By love. By hope. No, there isn't. There isn't anything. One thing I will miss. I'm telling you, there isn't any... Okay, fine, I'll think about it. Let me just think about it for 1 second. One thing. All right, there is actually one thing. But it's completely people unrelated. But if I were to name one thing that I will miss, it will be this. At night, when you leave your window open and it rains. And the rain falls on the leaves of the trees, and somewhere nearby water is dripping from a clock gutter, and you just close your eyes and listen. But you don't want to sleep because the sound is just so perfect, so peaceful. And then your mind wanders off and you imagine how would it be to be all the way out there, away from everyone, away from all the people that have harmed you and tricked you and hurt you and used you. Or the ocean, the ocean. But somewhere north. The more north you go, the less people you find at the beach. The further south, the more polluted. But the ocean, the sound of the ocean in the rain. Nature, that's the one thing. And we're polluting it. We're ruining it. This one time, I went hiking with my two best friends. We went to Alaska. We were hiking for days, mostly in silence. We crossed rivers and we climbed mountains, and the air was filled with the smell of pine trees and moss and no people. It was the most amazing experience. I dreamt about it for months. My two best friends, I will miss them. I will miss them for sure. Yes, they were real people, but I told you they were special. They're special people. All right, fine, yes, that would qualify as another good thing, so what? No, I definitely would not have enjoyed it as much without them. My family, I think I had a good family. My mother, I loved my mother. And my father, he did everything he could to make sure that we had everything we needed as children. Me and my 3 brothers. There were 6 of us, my mother and 5 men. What a saint. Who would have thought I'd be the first one to go? I always thought it'd be my father. He worked so hard his entire life, but always for his family, never just for himself. He invested every penny. True dedication. I always thought he would work himself to death just so that his family can live. And then I died. I don't know, I guess they will probably miss me. I will miss them too. We had a lot in common, my brothers and I. Must be so different without me there. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I already told you there was a few special people in my life. It was the other 99.99% of the population that I had an issue with. I'm not focusing on them. I just get so irritated with what people get away with. That's all. Life is so unfair. It is so unjust. Explain to me why life is so unjust. I don't know if I can make an example. It's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. One man does one thing and no one bats an eye. Another man does the exact same thing and everyone loses their mind. Explain to me how that works, please. Or even the opposite. One man wrecks his brains to come up with something phenomenal. Something that no one has ever seen before. But no one acknowledges it. Another man does something not even half as genius and the world applauds. One man works extra hours every day in order to create good for the world, but no one to notice it. And all another man has to do is bring donuts once and is forever remembered as the nice guy. Why? Why? What has the donut man accomplished? Why don't we acknowledge the tremendous effort of one hardworking man and remind the donut man that he's gone home early 3 times this past week for no excusable reason whatsoever? But for some reason, we get stuck on donuts. And so we overlook the efforts of one man to acknowledge the non-existing effort of another. It's all just a matter of popularity, that's all it is. Donuts make you popular because everyone can enjoy them. Sitting behind the desk until 3 a.m. brings no apparent benefit to anyone. I hate donuts. I was the man behind the desk, in case you didn't figure that out. No, I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm sure other people have worked hard also, sometimes. No, seriously, I'm very happy to accept that other people also work really, really hard. It would be foolish of me to say that I'm the only one. Yes, I always appreciated them. Inwardly. No, I did not tell them, I guess. I did not tell them that I appreciated them. Still doesn't change so many other things. I mean, just because I didn't personally acknowledge some people doesn't change the fact that other people that did absolutely nothing got a lot of credit. Or some people receiving one blessing after another, while all I get is friendly reminders that I was not chosen to have a life of happiness. It's all just a matter of being fortunate and popular. That's all it is. Honesty is not popular. You know what's popular? Unimportant, irrelevant information by unimportant, irrelevant people, all gathered for your convenience on Facebook. Wait, what? What? You don't know what Facebook is? Of course you don't know what Facebook is. You're a baby. Facebook, let me explain that to you. Facebook is this social networking website thing that every human being on this planet, with the exception of maybe 8 to 10 people, is on. No, it's not really a social thing. You don't actually see each other. It has nothing to do with a book. There's no intelligence involved. It's not real. It's the internet. It's a website. The internet. Do you know the internet? All right, the internet. Let's take a few steps back here. The internet. Imagine a gigantic, invisible pinboard that everyone in the world has access to. Everyone in the world can pin something to this invisible pinboard. And as soon as it's on there, it becomes visible and accessible to everyone. Right? That's the internet. So there's a section on this invisible pinboard designated for people to post very short, stupid statements and pictures of puppies, babies, food, and themselves holding their phone. You know? It's right next to what's become the section of doing extremely stupid, embarrassing things in public and then recording people's reaction, also known as the YouTube. What's the good of it? I don't know. I guess entertainment. And it helps people that think that they're important share what they've just eaten. And then they can post it, and then people can look at it and like it. No, you don't actually like it. You just press a little thumbs up, and it indicates to the public that you are in favor of this person's lunch item. Anyone can post anything. That's the whole thing. It's all just a matter of popularity. Anyone can post. Some people think it's a great way of expressing their outrage about politics or the food industry or their job. But it's really just a popularity contest, you know? So you post things on this pinboard, hoping that people will see it and like it, which then makes you feel good about yourself. If you post something and no one likes it, you have zero reason to live, really. And there's tricks you can do. There's certain tricks that will earn you more likes. You know, always tag other people when you're posting something. That way, your post will become visible to more people, and hence increase the chances of them liking this incredible picture of you and your salad. Or the 50th picture of you and your dog. Or this incredibly unique picture of you in front of this famous landmark. Yeah. Don't post too many things in too short a period of time. People will just get annoyed with you and like you less. Unless, of course, you're that one super cool person that can post anything. And everyone will just stop doing what they're doing to look at that picture of you with your head slightly tilted to the left and your lips slightly smooched. Brilliant, you're a genius. Huh. Why don't you go tell us more about what you just ate? Or better yet, post some song lyrics or some inspirational quote. I like puppies. 9 million people like this. Oh my God, I just put mint in my chai latte. The internet had to temporarily shut down because the amount of people gravitating towards this exceptional statement of fundamental importance. Hey, I just saw an angel appear in front of me and he told me that God was real. 3 days later, your mother likes this. You know what's worse than Facebook? Blogs. Blogs are worse. You know what blogs are? Blogs are the section on this invisible pinboard designated for people to share unnecessary commentary about unnecessary things. People who write blogs are people who, in my opinion, arrogantly assume that people want to hear what you have to say. Here guys, I updated my blog about how I folded my laundry this morning. Really? Wow. No one cares. No one cares about your laundry or your coffee this morning or your trip to the Bahamas. You are not important. Your opinion is not important. Your blog serves no purpose to the greater good of humanity. And neither does your opinion about last night's episode of your favorite TV show. And please stop sharing where you are. As if people are desperately sitting at home wondering what you're up to. Oh my God, Gary's at the movie with Steve and 2 other people, and there's a picture to prove it. Oh, did you find out that this person is now in a relationship with this person? Who cares? Yes, that is a very good idea. Excellent idea. Stay away from it. Stay away from it all. It's the incarnation of evil. It consumes you. I don't know why everyone was on it. I always thought it'd be better if people just talk to each other instead of writing each other fake messages. Yes, I was also on it, but for different reasons. I had very different reasons. I always wanted to, connect to people, connect to old friends and stuff, connect to people. But hey, I always still talk to people. Like on their birthday, I wish them happy birthday, like to their face, instead of just writing it on their wall. It's not a real wall. It's just an expression. No, all I'm saying is that I wanted to practice some real communication instead of writing on someone's wall. Forget the wall part. There is no wall. Hey, telling someone happy birthday on their birthday does count as real communication, okay? To some extent. Fine, it's a tiny extent, but so what? It's still better than most people. Fine, okay, you know what? Never mind. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Happy birthday on your birthday to your face. It means nothing. The only reason I remembered it was your birthday was because Facebook reminded me anyways. Listen, I'm just trying to be helpful to you. If you really are going to go in, then there's a few things that I think might be helpful for you to hear in order to protect yourself, Remember deceit. People aren't what they seem. Because they say things that they don't mean. What? Like happy birthday, what? Oh, you're good. Very funny. Yeah, like you know what? I'm talking bigger scale here. Happy birthday. Everyone just has happy birthday. It means nothing. It's nonsense. But when you pretend that you are someone when you're not, or say things that you don't mean, that's when I get so irritated. What do I suggest you do? Other than not going in? I don't know. Protect yourself. Don't talk to people. Don't talk to people unless you absolutely have to. No, can't trust them. Can't trust anyone. What do you mean? How is that exactly the same? Yes, I did say that I wanted to practice some real communication. How is no communication better than fake communication? I don't know if I know the answer to that question. Listen. I'm just trying to help you see that the world that you're about to enter is full of bitterness. All right? It's full of bitter people, and it's full of selfish people, and it's going to stain you, and it's going to poison you, okay? Where does my bitterness come from? Well, other people. Where else? Focusing on my bitterness is not self-centered. I already told you the reason why I became bitter was because I tried to reach out. I tried to be nice. I tried to be forgiving. But my efforts were bluntly rejected by the universe and the people in it. Oh, so what should I have done then? Accept everything that other people do? I should just be all super happy and loving and forgiving anyway, so other people can look at me and say, oh, look, he's pretty happy. I'm going to be happy too. That's not how the world works, baby. It's not how the world works. Number one, people don't care about you. They say they do, but they don't. They don't care if you're happy or sad or suicidal or dead. They don't care. Number two, the only effect a happy person has on other people is that he will irritate them. Happy people are so irritating. Because there is no reason to be happy in there. So if you are really happy, then something is seriously wrong with you. Either you're on a shitload of medication, Or you are too ignorant, most likely by choice, and unaware of the misery that life is. Oh, and speaking of misery, for the sake of your own mental health, I would strongly suggest that you don't drive. The roads are full of unaware, oblivious, outrageous people that should not be operating a vehicle. It's outrageous, it's dangerous. Every day, to and from work, I wrestled with the same question. Should I or should I not purchase a gun? It would solve so many problems. Bam! Stop sign. I got here first, I go first. Bam! Speed limit is 55, not 40, 44, 46, 35. Bam! The light has been green for 5 seconds. Put your damn phone down and move your ass out of the way. People have places to go. Bam! Thank you for literally parking sideways, taking up 2 parking spots, completely ignoring the existence of the 2 white lines that indicate the parking lot. I was once told that there's this meditation, a meditation that is supposed to help you reduce your road rage. Road rage is what they call it. How about reducing road stupidity? By taking away half the population's driving privilege. That would eradicate road rage instantly. Anyways, there's this meditation that you're supposed to be doing every time you're dealing with a complicated driver. You imagine it's your grandfather who's operating the vehicle. My grandfather still doesn't know why I haven't spoken to him in 2 years. Funny thing is, he doesn't even drive. So, for the sake of your mental health, don't drive. Yes, of course, sure, every once in a while I made a mistake, yeah. I mean, when I'm in an area that I don't really know, I drive super cautious. Or if I'm in a little bit of a hurry, I'm a little sharper. But never unsafe. I'm a completely safe driver. Yes, oh yes. I've gotten into several verbal altercations with other drivers who honked at me for no reason, which resulted in an ultimate lip-sync cursing competition. You know, when you cannot hear what the other person is shouting at you through the closed window, but you can read off his lips. Yeah, because I was upset. I was upset too. In my opinion, the other driver had no right to honk at me, you know. It was a bit of a hasty decision to immediately honk your horn. I was transporting a delicate cake, okay? So I was a bit more cautious taking turns. The other driver had no right to honk and curse at me. Yeah, just because he was in a hurry doesn't mean that my cake had to be in a hurry. What do you mean I cannot look into every car? Oh, so you're saying that everyone might have a legitimate reason? You know, here's the thing. When you're in the road, your actions and decisions have immediate effect on other people. You know, I can be pretty certain that not everyone who's a shitty driver is transporting a cake. Yes, I do believe that there are some legitimate factors that would influence your driving. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I don't know, like, you know, driving a sick child that's about to throw up. Or a puppy. Yes, or a cake. Yes. Yes, or if you don't know the area, you don't know where you're going, that might result in slower driving, yes. Just like me. I prefer to be cautious rather than erratic and potentially cause an accident or even an injury. All right, I see where you're going with this. You're trying to tell me that I should have just relaxed and assumed that all the other drivers were in an area that they didn't know, transporting a puppy and a birthday cake to the birthday party of a blind child with a terminal illness. Yes, absolutely. That definitely would have saved my relationship with my grandfather. All right, fine, yes. Okay, you're right. Again. You're right again. I guess I wasn't born the most patient. So what? Everyone had, flaws. I wasn't perfect. Never said I was perfect. So I was a little impatient. So what? Yes, patience does affect your decision-making and your actions. Yes, especially while driving. Yes, and it could potentially... You know what? Forget the driving part, okay? Yes, I was an impatient driver, but again, it was the other driver's fault. It was the other people's driving that did that to me. I do take ownership over my own flaws. It's just in many situations, other people's flaws enhanced mine. What do I expect other people to do with my flaws? I don't know. accept them, tolerate them, avoid them. You don't have to talk to me if you don't like what you see. No, look, I was impatient, period. See? Took ownership right there. Huh. How did my impatience affect other areas of my life? It's a good question. I mean, some people have shared with me that they don't really want to talk to me because they're afraid of the way I might react, which I think is a bunch of nonsense. If you had something valuable and decent to say to me, you would have nothing to worry about. Good afternoon, Philip. I have completed my assignment on time, so you can finish yours on time. I salute you, Linda. I never had any problems with Linda. She was the most reliable, punctual person I have ever met, and so unproblematic. I loved unproblematic. Yes, sure, on occasion I missed a deadline, but only for legitimate reasons. Yes, I have made mistakes, but that is human. Everyone makes mistakes. What do I expect other people to do with my mistakes? Well, I think have an understanding. Have an understanding for my legitimate reasons, which there definitely were. And I'm only communicating those to you. So you have no right to be upset with me. And if you don't believe me, then it's based on your insecurity and inability to figure out when someone is telling the truth. Your opinion is not more valid than mine. Yes, I believe I was a good person. I already told you that. But good people are allowed to make mistakes. How do I define good? Do good things to other people without expecting anything back. Be honest, especially to yourself. Be considerate, remember the toilet paper. Yeah. Put other people first sometimes. It's not always about you. Sacrifice. Listen to each other. Help each other. Oh, you're good. That was a good question. Very well done. Good job. Listen, just because I was impatient doesn't mean I didn't value other people's legitimate reasons for making a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. I already acknowledged that. But I do appreciate legitimacy. I'm not saying it's up to me what is legitimate and what is not, but I do think I have a pretty good sense. Thank you. Wow. I don't know what to say then. I guess you have discovered that I wasn't really a good person. It was all fake. All my good deeds were worth nothing in your eyes. Listen, my anger and my frustration and my pain were caused by other people, okay? It wasn't my fault. They were caused by other people. I already told you I tried my very hardest to be good. I tried to be forgiving. I tried to do good to other people. But it is when I saw that the world does not cherish those people when I became more and more angry. Yes, I had my bad sides, but so did everyone. Everyone has issues. Everyone has special needs. But why is it that one man's issues are so easily forgiven and forgotten, and I have to stand here now and justify myself to a baby? I have to justify the good in me as if it was in question. Why do people get away with so many things? Evil, inconsiderate things. Why are people so unaware that actions have consequences? Words have consequences. Doing something means causing something. What do you mean I'm in charge of my own happiness? How am I supposed to be in charge of my own happiness if other people constantly crush it? And I'm just expected to accept the crushing and the destruction of other people's action without any consequence, without any form of punishment. Forgive them. Is that what you're telling me? Forgive them? I already told you I tried that. But they just kept doing it. Don't let them. That's tough when that's all they seem to be doing. No, I'm not saying that everyone is focused on me, but sometimes it just feels this way. It seems that everyone is just trying to slow me down in traffic and lead me on about who they are and burden my life by not being able to sort out theirs. So all this is just a form of self-centeredness also? Explain that one to me. No. You don't have to explain that one. I get it. I just don't understand why I get so caught up with what other people do and don't do. But you're right. It is wrong of me to assume that everyone just wants to harm me. And I have no idea what damage I caused on the way. I guess I didn't get the whole point. Good thing I'm gone. It is arrogant and wrong of me to assume that everyone is of the same opinion as me. And it is arrogant and wrong of me to assume that anyone can meet my expectations when I can't even do that. What? What do you mean you have to go soon? I'm not done yet. You're going in. You're still going in after all I told you. You want to see for yourself. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. I mean, you may have been right about a few things, but there's a lot of stuff I haven't even talked about yet. I mean, what about smartphones and pollution? Children at the mall? Children at the movies? How about religion? How about Christian pop? Really? It won't stop you. Well, you're one brave baby. One brave baby. How do you know so much about life anyways? Because you can see it. Where? There? Oh. Oh my God. What is this? Is this your life? Oh my God. Are you serious? This is what awaits you? That is terrible. How did that happen? Did they offer this to you? That is terrible. How is this even possible? How can I see this? Oh my God. You almost sound like you've accepted this. Can't you choose a different one? Why don't you choose a different one? Why wouldn't you look at it? Because you've accepted it. You've accepted this. How can you willingly accept this kind of pain? This kind of suffering? I mean, don't you have a choice? Don't we have a choice? It can't be all up to them. You've chosen to accept this. I don't even know what to say. Did you know this the whole time we were talking? I can't believe I complained to you about all my stupid, petty things. Why didn't you stop me? Is this your mother? But I guess not for long anyways. How can you look at this? How can you see this and accept it? And knowingly go in and live this burden of a life, this painful life. You see it differently. How? How can you look at this and not protest and not rebel? Because it's not all about you. Yes, but aren't you entitled to a little bit of you? There's not much you in this. You've accepted this. You have accepted this. And there's no one to blame. You've accepted your life and all that's in it, and it's no one's fault. It's like buying a car that you know doesn't drive. What is the purpose of a car that doesn't drive? Parts. I guess that's true. But once you've accepted it, it's yours. You can't give it back. It's your broken car. It's your responsibility. I am speechless. I don't know what to say. Don't you wish for something better? I mean, look at it. Don't you wish for something better? All this for parts? For what? For your next car? For other people's cars. Because it's not all about you. I almost feel ashamed right now. I mean, look at this life. Look at this terrible life. You have no means to accomplish anything. What footprint are you going to leave in there? Look at what you're going to face the minute you enter. And yet you sit there so peacefully and quietly listening to the pathetic outpouring of one man's complaints about life. A decent life. Not perfect, but decent. More than decent if I compare it to this. How come you see this before you go in? Didn't I? I did. I must have accepted it too then. Otherwise I wouldn't have been born. I would have chosen my old life 100 times over this one. But how selfish that sounds. That's all I claimed not to be. I could have done things so differently. I could have done things so differently. You accept this broken life and all that's in it. Who's at fault? Who caused this? It can't just be you. What was I thinking when I looked at my old life like this? But I must have accepted it. And then all I tried was to talk my way out of it. And then I did nothing. I did absolutely nothing. Here's your mother. She's coming for you. Good luck, I guess. I don't know what is appropriate to say here, but good luck. Here she comes. Your mother is here for you. Take good care of yourself. Don't lose your hope. Forgive me.